Okay guys, the fun and games are over. Things just got real right here. So we have the cover for Coro Coro leaked. We don't have any of the information inside just yet, but the cover does kind of show what's going to be in the issue. Sometimes we see a lot more Pokemon, other times you have to dig for it, and Joe Merrick made the expert spot right here. That said, this certainly looks Lycanroc-ish, and we just have this little picture right here, but that looks like a wolf. That looks like a wolf that's based off of Lycanroc and has green eyes. Ooh, boy. So yeah, here's the cover. Nothing special on it, unfortunately. But then it starts to pick up. You know, people are asking, hey, is it fake? You know, even if it's fake, it's still cute. Also, a mix of both Lycanroc forms is really nice. And that's what this is looking like. This is looking like a hybrid Lycanroc. And Joe Merrick comes in, why would it be fake? The question is if it's a Pokemon or something else. That's the only question right now. This looks like a Pokemon we have not yet seen before. And unless it's for like a new series or a monster from something that's being featured in Coro Coro, if it is Pokemon, if this is from Pokemon, that is a new Pokemon. That is the new Lycanroc form, because Coro Coro is going to publish after the anime episode, and things will get crazy. So I don't really want to post this on the site, seeing the image isn't clear enough to tell if it's a Pokemon or not. They've done it before, so highly doubt they'd hide something as big in the small corner of the cover, totally separate from the other Pokemon stuff on the page. They've done it before. Coro Coro does some weird stuff. You know, just hide the new teasing little Pokemon in the side right here, and then we have a bit more detail-ish on a zoom right here. So Cerebi actually did the update. Coro Coro cover showcases possible alternate Lycanroc appearance. Now, just because Cerebi is talking about it does not make it like super official right now, but it does provide a bit more to the speculation, and it's just crazy right now. So for those of you who are new to this channel or new to like my whole Lycanroc coverage, I'm going to kind of go over the history of what's going on. And for those of you who have been keeping up, I think that's kind of where the video ends right now. It's mostly just going to be a lot of like weird, crazy, speculative stuff. But from what we see right here, it looks like the head of Midday Lycanroc with the coloring of Midnight and like spikes in the back, I guess, but we can't really make out much more. Like, there is red and white right here, kind of like Midnight Lycanroc. And unless it's just like a Midnight Lycanroc with green eyes, but we don't see that. We don't see the big, actually, maybe, I don't know, those hair spikes. I was about to say, I'm trying to like outline it with the mouse right here. So let's go into Photoshop. Let's see if we can make something crazy in Photoshop with this, because I think that might be something. Alright, so I went to Photoshop and I kind of just looked into what I think I see is there. The problem is, if we look at the full post for the Coro Coro, we can actually see that something's in the way. Like, there's this robotic arm looking thing. So I saw these white spikes and I thought that was a part of the Lycanroc form, but it doesn't seem to be that way. However, I was able to point out a few other details. Like this right here, I kind of outlined it. That's definitely an ear, and that ear looks like Midday Lycanroc. So this is definitely a hybrid form. If this is a Pokemon, like, that's all you need to know. If this is Pokemon, Lycanroc form confirmed, just off of like this crazy tiny little leak right here. And Joe Merrick has a fair amount of confidence, so he's actually been posting about it on his Twitter. Looks way too close to Lycanroc to be a coincidence. I've had to make judgment calls before based on similar stuff. I'm confident here, but I can always be proven wrong. Joe Merrick being confident is something we rarely see. Like, even in the face of plausible information, Joe Merrick has held his ground and actually been correct in a lot of things that turned out to not be crazy about Pokemon news or something, like with the Daisuke Club. All that happened recently. Joe Merrick just sat back the whole time like, y'all are idiots if you think this is going to turn into something. But with this, there's a bit more plausibility, and I like that. We also have Paul Ryan coming in. Only thing that made alarm bells ring is Necrozma-like extensions we've seen similar to Solgaleo and Lunala, and that's kind of why I highlighted here in purple. It seems like it's a part of this Pokemon, because like there's a black line here, and that seems to kind of go into it. So what if it's kind of like Lycanroc's Midnight's forms, just like crazy hair stuff, except it's actually an attachment for Solgaleo, and then we might see that with the arms or other parts of this Lycanroc form. Or it could also be like a part of its arm, if its arm is like raised back or something. But as it stands, there's a green eyes wolf that resembles Lycanroc on the Coro Coro cover. The next couple days are going to be crazy. The leaks, who knows when that's going to happen. I think Coro Coro is leaked as early as the 8th and as late as the 12th, maybe even 13th, and then we'll have the full everything on the 15th. And this is going to go with the anime, guys. So now we're going to go into talking about the videos, talking about the discussion, and seeing how much more plausibility there is to this whole Lycanroc story. Because I think I'm onto something big here from the start, and now It's like every day, a little more hype, a little more something that could add up. It's ridiculous. Alright, so let's go and break down what has been happening with this. Paul Ryan, he is in on this one as well with the whole Necrozma posting and kind of collaborating this with Joe Merrick about the ideas and plausibility of it. But he was the one talking about the Takara Tomy toy leaks, which I had been covering as well, and it's mostly like, what could all of this stuff be? Well, recently there was a new anime one that was also confirmed. So this is the end of Pokemon Sun and Moon anime, going into the Ultra Sun and Moon, which also has its own product toy line, and we have a question mark right here. And these are leaks. These were toy leaks. These just got confirmed to be actual toys, and we're still waiting on this one, which is going to announce on August 10th. August 10th is when the next episode for the Pokemon anime is going to air, so let's keep that in mind as we go into this. So why have a question mark here unless there's going to be a new something? Maybe it could just be a midday or midnight Lycanroc for Ash because Ash's Rockruff evolves. That seems a little too obvious. And then when we get into the other Pokemon toy leaks, we have this right here, which is a specific form change mentioned for an Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon toy, and we also have like legendaries and other crazy powerful Pokemon and really high regarded Pokemon that have already been revealed, but there's still question marks waiting to be released. And that's when we start getting into the anime discussion. So episode 36 just aired, and it turned out to be a very promising episode for Lycanroc's evolution. After that, we went into a discussion about what could the new Lycanroc form be. Are we looking at an Eclipse form? Are we looking at Twilight, Dusk, Dawn? All kinds of weird discussion into the breakdown of that and the mechanics behind what could happen with Rockruff's evolution for it to be something unique and a different form change. And then we're also looking at some of the other things that have been teased in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, or just Sun and Moon so far, such as this age-old tweet from Michael that there was a placeholder image for a different Lycanroc form on the Pokemon Global Link, but it wasn't available. You had to data mine this. So by data mining the official Pokemon Global Link in Japan, there was a placeholder for Lycanroc, and we didn't really know what that was going to mean, but now with Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon rumors going around, this has a bit more relevancy to everything that's going on. And then mostly I tried to like justify Eclipse and stuff because we're looking at old features in new Pokemon games, like, oh, we didn't get Z version, but we have Zygarde's form using Core Enforcer, and it carves the Z into the ground. So not really huge on like the new news for Lycanroc, but really breaking down what this could potentially mean. After that, the Pokemon toy leaks were confirmed, so that's kind of showing that we have the Rowlet plush, and then we have the Cosmog, so that means we just have to figure out when we get this question mark guy right here, and things are going to go pretty well. After that, the new Lycanroc reveal is going to be huge because it was looking right before Sun and Moon episode 36, kind of breaking down the history of Rockruff and how this Pokemon behaves when it's about ready to evolve. The interesting thing about Rockruff is that it's a very predictable Pokemon when it's looking ready to evolve. So we have this right here. Rockruff is a sociable Pokemon, but as it grows, its disposition gets wilder, and then it actually bites Ash in the trailer that we saw for the 36th Sun and Moon episode, and then that's when we actually got to the episode airing, as well as showing this in the preview for episode 37, that we have Tapu Lele kissing Midnight Lycanroc, kissing Midday Lycanroc, and this is why the green eyes are so significant. We see the green flash that sometimes happens with sunsets, and boom, right there, Lycanroc, the moment, or Rockruff, but the moment before it evolves, has green eyes, but also this is with like some kind of crazy ritual that Tapu Lele, a legendary Pokemon, has set up, and also the timing is weird. This, where's the sunset? You know, let's get a picture of that sunset from the anime. It's neither day nor night. It's not the midnight form. It's not the midnight form. Some kind of twilight form or sunset form, or we don't really know what the form's name is going to be called, but it seems like there's some kind of hybridization going on because it's in the middle of the timing, and it's also taking this weird interaction where Tapu Lele kisses both of them and then turns it into something else, while also Rockruff has interacted with Olivia's Midday Lycanroc and Gladian's Midnight Lycanroc, so it's had battle experience with both forms as well. And I was just feeling that to make Ash unique as a protagonist, you know, they already gave him Ash Greninja. I'm not saying anything like Ash Lycanroc, but Ash gets special things, and I think we can see that in the way that his Rockruff is behaving. And then throughout the episode, there's a lot of teasing, like, actually goes and fights Rowlet because it's getting so impatient. It's getting so ready to evolve. That's just becoming a wildish Pokemon in that regard. And the thing about Ash's Rockruff is that it's been looking to evolve ever since Ash caught it. That's been fighting other Pokemon. It's been trying to get stronger. It's been caught howling, which is one of the signs that Rockruff is ready to evolve. And then also they're just talking about, like, yeah, Ash's Rockruff has the temperament. It's also teasing the mystery Mysteries of Evolution for the 37th episode, and then we get all this like crazy scenery and whatnot. And one thing that's interesting is I saw a post of a new light shines on Alola, as we have this new light shining on Rockruff and also on Ash, if I can get that picture. Yeah, we have like this green light that's also kind of shining as this evolution is taking place, and people look a little shocked about it. So that's where we are now. This is the point where things kind of go in on itself, that this seems like some kind of very hybrid form, midday Lycanroc with midnight colors, but how would you call that? You know, I think it's a new form and not just a recoloration of an existing Lycanroc form. So there's the plausibility, guys. That's why I'm hyped. This is like 6 videos worth off of just some toy leaks and examining the anime, and look at that. It's come full circle over the last couple of weeks, and we're going to have our answer, and it's looking promising to be in new Pokemon and new Pokemon forms. And it's just one of those things, too, because people were calling me clickbait and that, you know, these leaks don't matter at all, even though Paul Ryan is backing this one up. We've seen it with the toys in the past. They do lead to new Pokemon reveals when we get specific toy leaks phrased like this, and that means when we go into Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, there's potentially a lot to look forward to, and that snowballed into the anime, into Lycanroc's potential with Ash's Rockruff, and now here we are with a new Pokemon kind of buried in the cover of Coro Coro. Still gotta wait a couple days, but I think hype is at maximum right now. Also, guys, keep in mind, Paul Ryan and I, we were the ones on this first. That we are the founders of this theory and the speculation. Now that's becoming real, seems like some other people are going to jump onto it, but, you know, you gotta see how they handle it. If they try to take credit for it, or if they try to, you know, copy any of the things I'm saying, any of the things that Joe America's saying without crediting, you gotta call them out on that. I think now is the time, since we're getting into real news. Like, once this happens, I'm calling the floodgates are opening. I think that with this happening, as we get into August, that means we're just a few months away from Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and then it doesn't matter how much information they dump, there's still going to be a lot left to discover about the games. So this is where we keep people honest, but also just kind of show where the dedication goes. We're having responsibility towards real potential Pokemon news comes into play, and then things just get crazy. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.